Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway in Atlanta. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The tight end going in motion right. Able to get it to Moore. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Moore's got it. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Penix escapes the pocket. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Staying with Robinson. Nice cut. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Camarda on to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
First down, and they go right back to him. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Brought in right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts finish off their opening drive. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
1st down throw for Jackson. Cut by Gibson. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Toss play, short side. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Where one defender fails, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Motion man right is Peoples-Jones. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Play fake. Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made in close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Again, it's Jackson to the air. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts parlay the interception into points. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Going right side. Robinson with it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 46. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Penix on 3rd down. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
The ability to track the ball. Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Colts will take over. This our last play of the quarter. On 1st down, Jackson. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. A.J. Terrell making that stop. We're a quarter of the way through on this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to fight his way forward to the 23. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw. his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. The Colts are ready for the punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Has it at the 37. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will take over. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Robinson on the inside give. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On the toss, it's Algier. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd down give to Robinson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Another carry for Robinson. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He could do it! All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. Now Camarda on to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. He's contained at the line for no gain. A.J. Terrell making that stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. And it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
In motion right is Mims. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They put a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 15. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pistol snap to Jackson. He throws a bullet down the left side. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds, too. Great work. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Dumped off to his running back.
This is one of those plays, Kate. I can just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue. Effort. Run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
And the Falcons get a fifth defensive back out there. Third down coming. Play action now with Jackson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Returns looking good so far. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson running right. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. The Falcons with the football. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Penix on 1st down. Escapes out to the left. That's into the hands of Moore. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. From the shotgun, Penix. Gets this one to Tyler Algier. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Now Camarda on to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. He's still going. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts get some late points and the lead. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. His return starts at the 5. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Timeout, Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, Jackson. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Colts make it a 10-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. They've got a man in motion. On first down, here's Penix. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it." All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Benjamin St-Juste getting up to end that play. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Penix working from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Now we'll try a deep shot. That's complete inside the 35. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on first down. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the gap closes to 14 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. Vacates quickly left side. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Camarda on to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He beams one deep right side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
First and 10, here's Jackson. That'll be complete to Gibson. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
It is caught left side. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now. Now a give running right. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Penix here from the gun. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Penix now on first down. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Second down carry for Algier. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Penix now to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On second down, Robinson. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Penix. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Staying with Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And they stop the reverse and hand them a big loss on the play.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. He's hit once already. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to throw it. Oh, no, disaster. It's intercepted. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that is a case of going from bad to worse in a hurry. They had to try and force the throw to get the first against a defense that wasn't fooled at all. And that left them in perfect position to make that interception.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Now a give left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Changing it up here, Jackson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, but it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, and they're going to have the fullback try and power for it. And he could not get there. They stopped him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Colts have possession to start the 4th. This one looking pretty... Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Punting unit out now. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Able to get it to Moore. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
To the air with Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he cuts it back right. And they take this in for the score. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons get it back to a 14-point game. Now Camarda on to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. They cross the 40. Nice run there. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
Flush out now to his left. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Jackson now on 3rd. Mims with the grab. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 38 out of the play. And that will set up 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. He's got it. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. All right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
QB sneak coming, and he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the run, and how about this? It brings up 4th and goal from the 1.
That right there, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's kind of a manhood test, Kate. When you get pushed backwards on a 3rd down QB sneak, you're going to look at each other in the huddle and say, that can't happen again.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Bates' kick is up and good. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed here to Pickens. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
Penix working from the gun. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Penix on 1st down. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Benjamin St. Juste picks it off. And the Colts take over as he records his 10th career INT.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Fourth down now. Another kneel would stop the clock and turn it over. Let's see what they do here. So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road.